All right, guys, we are going to talk about banded deadlifts. The banded deadlift is a great variance to add to your typical conventional deadlift that adds some band accommodation at the top of the lift. So what we mean by band accommodation is this lift is going to feel like the weight that you have on the bar off of the ground, but at the top, when the band is extended at maximal extension point, the top of your deadlift, it's going to feel a lot heavier, okay? We're going to use a thin band today. Obviously, during our classes, we might use thinner bands, maybe even some thicker bands. We have 4 different band thicknesses here. Obviously, the thicker the band, the more challenging it is. But all the band setups are going to be pretty much the same. Now, this is actually a really easy setup to execute these banded deadlifts. If you notice, I have a weight on the bar, and I want you guys to also understand that most likely on the banded deadlift, you're not going to be utilizing weights that you would typically use on a traditional deadlift, okay? So I've got a weight on the bar. I'm going to take the band. I'm going to make it as flat as I can. I'm going to take each end of the band, and I'm going to put it right around the first strip on the barbell, okay? So now I have both ends of the band right at the first strip on the barbell. If you notice, the band just lies flat against the ground. I'm just simply going to push this band together to where they are now creating one thick line. This is going to create symmetry in your band to make sure that you have symmetry in your lift. Now, very simply, I'm going to step onto the band in my conventional deadlift stance, which is typically going to be about hip width. This isn't a great lift for a sumo deadlift, so we're going to stay conventional here, okay? And then the same mechanics of the deadlifts hold true, all right? I'm going to go down, load my hips, bend my knees, hands go right outside of my legs, pressurize, lift, return, pressurize, lift, okay? And you notice at this point, this doesn't feel like the weight that I have on the bar. This band is really pulling this weight down. So I want to make sure that I use the appropriate lowering mechanics of the deadlift to lower that band down. And that right there is the banded deadlift. Pretty simple. I'll walk away from it, and when I come back for my next set, it's a very easy alteration if I need to. Each end of the band is right around the first strip of the barbell. Pull that band together, make sure it's directly underneath the barbell, okay? And when I go to hit my next set, make sure that band is right underneath the middle of my foot, and I go through my same conventional setup. That right there, ladies and gents, is the banded deadlift.